Well, hello, welcome to I Love Gay today. And this is going to be fun. This is our repeat guest, Alexander Rodriguez. How you doing, that?
Good, good. You got me out of bed early, so I'm good.
That's because you're on the West Coast. It's late here.
Girl, I have a Zoom hangover.
Uh, you're out of control. No, last time when we talked, it was we were more on the Rocks on Air and your show there. But a lot has happened. It's only been like 3 months, but a lot has happened over those 3 months. And you're a big part of Metrosource now, yeah?
Yeah, I'm really excited, and I know I'm one of the lucky ones to be so busy. Thank God for Zoom. Thank God for digital prides. Thank God for all these opportunities we can now be a part of because we're not, restricted by location. So I see artists guesting on other artists' shows. I'm able to take part. I'm able to interview a lot of celebrities that I might not have access to. So I'm one of the lucky few that has done well. But Metrosource, Metrosource Magazine, national magazine. They have the national version, the LA version, the New York version, which I am happy to say I am their new lead writer for. So all the cover stories from the last couple of issues are mine. I can read and write, even a little tipsy. But they came up with this idea and said, everybody is at home saturating new content. Podcast listening is up. My other podcast, On the Rocks with Alexander, listenership is up by 300% in a month and a half, which is just crazy. So Metrosource said, why don't we do a companion podcast piece that's a partner to the issues? So I get to interview the celebrities that we write about in the magazine, but we do a really short 15 to 20-minute interview. So we get in it, we have a few laughs, we talk about some hot topics, and then we're out. You can binge watch all the episodes, or you can, some people can only take a few minutes of me at a time. You know that.
Yeah, but it's because attention spans are not, you're adapting to the reality of it. Attention spans are not going to give you the half hour or even 15 minutes. So you've done well with that, I think.
Well, and that's exactly right. The way that we're saturating content, especially at home, is so different. We're watching Netflix, but then we have our phone and somebody's texting us or we're looking something up, and then we have a computer, or we have the iPad going. So we could be looking at 2 to 3 different sources at the same time, which is just insane. So this is a great, you hop on, you get to, hear a few questions that you might not normally hear your celebrity asked, and then you're done. And then you can read more about it if you want in the magazine.
Well, which celebrities have these been so far?
So we launched with our last issue, which was our Pride season issue. So we interviewed Eureka O'Hara from RuPaul's Drag Race and We're Here, as well as Bob the Drag Queen, which was a great conversation because we talked about how the LGBT community can support BLM, which was a great conversation. I'm going to vote for Bob the Drag Queen for president. That's all I got to say. We also talked with Elizabeth Diff from Betty, which is the all-girl rock band that they had been playing early prides in the early 80s when no other musicians would take the stage. They were taking the stage, and they've been a huge part of prides globally. So we really got to talk to them about the grassroots prides, which is a whole different environment than what we've seen in the last couple of years. But I think prides are going to return to that more of marches and that more of a protest quality, which is how Pride initially started. Pride didn't used to be called Pride. They were all like March for Equality or March, for LGBT. And then, it got more family friendly, and that's where the whole Pride and Pride parades aspect came about, but originally started as marches.
Well, this is crazy. You're like really busy, regardless of the fact that you love being, like you said, at Pride and being Grand Marshal and doing all this stuff, but now you've got to completely switch over into this virtual world. But you've adapted well.
Well, it's very interesting because we don't get that intimacy when you're in the same room interviewing somebody, and then we have the whole tech, which I know you've gone through so much growth tech-wise yourself. But I couldn't even program a VCR, and I know I'm dating myself, but that VCR is still blinking 12 o'clock. So having to worry about like ring lights and Zoom and all of these different aspects, I think it's challenged a lot of talent and a lot of creatives to learn more about all aspects of how to reach an audience. So I've learned some skills that have been invaluable. And plus, writing for Metrosource is a whole different beast, sitting behind a computer and having to form grammatically correct sentences and be funny, but get the facts covered. What's going on?
Yeah, you had more freedom to be as snarky as you wanted to, and now you've got to got to tone it down. I'm guessing.
That's exactly right. It's like, okay, put Joan Rivers away and then let's get Anderson Cooper out, But I think we have a really good mix, and I love what Metrosource has done. They have new owners now, so it has this breath of fresh life coming in, and so they have a lot more plans in store as they're celebrating 30 years of being out and proud.
Wow.
So it's an exciting time for Metrosource, and I'm so privileged to be a part of that.
I love all this. And just so you know, I'm going to come out to LA next month. I haven't been out since January because of all this. And I'm coming out, and I'm going to spend some time, and we're going to do some of the video series a bit differently without Zoom. We're actually going to be physically in some locations and do that. So I'll reach out to you guys because we might be able to weave in more of this story out there.
Oh, that would be great. We're kind of everywhere now. Like I said, it's a national magazine, but the owners are in Southern California. So we have a presence in Palm Springs, Long Beach as well, and West Hollywood. So that we just went back under lockdown, right?
I do. The bars are now closed too. I mean, the bars were like iffy, maybe outdoors, but now that's just shut down.
Everything is shut down, and me and the bar system, right? And then everybody's freaking out because the gyms are closed. And I'm like, what? What's closed? Gym? What? Who?
I know. That's why
now I really have an excuse.
I'm thinking about it. I'm going to have to adapt my trip while I'm out there, but we are going to do some stuff. The whole idea is just like you said, things are changing, and so we're going to test out some new ideas ourselves. But I love your energy, and I know some of the other folks on the GED team as well. So I'd love to carry these conversations further when it's safe.
Yes, well, of course. And you said right, everything is changing. The entertainment community is definitely changing. I was talking to Wendy Malick. We know and love Wendy Malick from TV. She's been a veteran. And she was talking about how the whole sitcom situation is changing. Writers are going back this next week, and they have to socially distance in the writing room. So even throwing ideas back and forth is totally different. Sitcoms will no longer have a live audience at all. They won't be allowed to at all, which changes the whole energy for the actors, which changes if the writers can hear if a joke has landed or not. So the whole industry is in for a big shock. And a lot of the studios, like TV, like Bravo TV, has saved so much money by sending a camera to their housewives, right? They don't have to pay for travel and all that. So they're getting great content without a lot of money being put forward. So I think even when we are allowed back in the real world, we're going to be still seeing a lot of digital at-home stuff. I mean, I love doing this at home. I'm not wearing pants right now, Matt.
Well, no, it's just going to be really interesting because so far a lot of the shows, you're sitting here watching TV shows that are just that were recorded quite a while ago, and so they're coming out and they have absolutely no bearing on life today. And so you're always
exactly
thinking to
right.
yourself, it's like, what happens this fall or whenever it is when some of the shows start to the mainstream shows, not the indies, but the mainstream shows start to actually reflect everything that we've been going through since March. And so that will be interesting as well, not just how they shoot it, but that they all start wearing masks, and
well, that's just it. I cannot wait for the Hallmark Channel Christmas movie where the two lovers find each other via Zoom, or one is the Amazon Prime driver. We know that's coming. That has to be coming.
Yep. Fascinating. And of course, they're all going to have a Peloton.
Yeah. I literally have an elliptical in the corner of my room. It's been folded up and literally has dust on it. I'm just going to be honest. That's my quarantine fitness journey.
We have our priorities. No, I love this. So no, this is great. And like I said, I'm excited to, for our audience that doesn't know about Metrosource and what you guys are up to with the new stuff. So I'm excited that they'll be able to see that. And I look forward to reconnecting with you when I come out to LA next month.
Yeah, perfect. And your viewers can binge watch or listen to all the podcasts at metrosource.com. Also, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. We're coming to iHeartRadio in the next week. But you can also see the video of my chat on Metrosource YouTube channel as well.
Excellent. Well, thanks so much for being here with us.
Oh, I wouldn't miss it. Are you kidding, Matt? I love hanging out with you. And I can't wait to see you, socially distant, of course, when you come and visit us.
We will make it work.
Okay.
All right. Take care now. Bye-bye.
Bye.